You guys ready for the podcast? You guys ready for the Meat Sangria podcast?
That's what I'm going to sound like in 20 years, maybe. I'm surprised not every single person that lives in New York City sounds like that, considering how disgusting the air is, how bad the streets smell, how much smoke there is.
Hey, everyone. I'm 37. How do I look?
You ever hear someone like who's like, it's like you just meet a 20-something-year-old and they just sound exactly like that, and you're like, this person has been smoking so much to sound like this. It's a disturbing trend. I don't even know who this person was. I remember my friend, I don't know, this must have been like maybe I was like 19 when this happened. And then my friend went out and he kept telling me how this girl was, he's like, we're meeting up with these people, one of them's really hot, and I was like, okay. And we met them, and one of the girl that was really hot sounded like that, and I was like, she is so, like, you could be so hot, that negates you 5 points on the rating scale. When you look gorgeous, you're like, hey, nice to meet you. Hey.
That's so great. I'm so happy to be here.
Like, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Speaking to the Hunchback of Notre Dame right now. If you don't know, I'm wearing a Maasai Warrior blanket. This is a gift I was given by my tour company. It's kind of cold in here. I want to wear this blanket, and I'm trapped. I can't free my arm. And it's quite nice. They wear this in the planes. Just, I don't know if it's definitely not camouflage. You can see them, but like, they all wear this kind of thing. This plaid. I didn't realize they were big plaid fans in Africa. I thought it was a lumberjack kind of thing. A Paul Bunyan chic outfit, so to speak. Yeah, what am I saying? I don't even know what the hell's coming out of my mouth. I forgot to talk about one thing from my trip to Africa last week, which is we stopped in Ethiopia, and I've had so the only African food I've ever had before was Ethiopian food, and it's pretty good. I don't know if I told this story, but it was in college. My friends and I, we went to the Ethiopian restaurant, and it was the longest I've ever waited at a restaurant. They took so long because they told us they only had a limited number of plates in their restaurant, and that other people were using the plates currently, so they couldn't feed us the food. They're like, yeah, we gotta wait for them to give the plates back. So we're just sitting there. It was really good. It was very good food. And I know there's a joke, like, there's a common little wives' tale joke, a kid's joke, where they say, have you ever had Ethiopian food? And you're supposed to, and usually you'll answer no, and then the punchline is, neither have they. Which I don't think works with Ethiopia as much as it does other countries. I think Ethiopians they're hardy. They have a good food culture. If we're talking about the Sudan, perhaps. Anyway, in the hotel they had this Ethiopian food, and it was not good. But they had this one bread, and I've had the Ethiopian flatbread before, it was good. But at this restaurant, there's one bread. I'm going to look up the name of it. I forget. But it was like extremely sour. It tasted basically like you made a nice flatbread, and then you dipped it in vinegar. You soaked it in vinegar. Like, here you go. It was so inedible. It was disgusting. Sour Ethiopian bread. Let's see what it's called. It's called injera. And I don't know if it was just bad. Injera is a sour fermented pancake-like flatbread with a slightly spongy texture, traditionally made of teff flour. Like, the texture was good, but just, I don't know if you're supposed to eat it with something else, but eating it by itself, good God, it was inedible. I don't know how you guys eat that, and it's like a delicacy. People love eating it. So maybe you need to like contrast it with something spicy, but God, man. Injera is central to the dining process in Ethiopia, like bread or rice elsewhere. And it's like a gray color too. It's like it's honestly scary looking, and it looks like it would be good. Like, it's cool looking. It's like a nice little pancake looking thing. But God, man, it's like, it fills my mouth. I was like, oh, it's like eating a warhead, but not when you want to. So if anyone eats that and they know anything about that, let me know if I'm like doing it wrong. Am I supposed to eat it? Or maybe this one was too strong. It was from like a hotel, so it was like, it's crappy buffet food. I don't know if it's necessarily, exemplary Ethiopian food, but I remember not, maybe we had like a slightly sour one at the other place, the Ethiopian restaurant I went to a long time ago, but I don't remember it being bad. So I think this one was just actually bad. But maybe I'm just food energy per 100 gram serving, 131 kilocalories. Why is that on Wikipedia? Wikipedia gives nutritional value? That's crazy. That is 5 grams of protein. That's pretty good, actually. Let's see, consumption and some of them look better. Like, there's injera that doesn't look as gray. This one is so gray. It truly looked like you sliced like a rhino's ass, and just like, ugh. Anyway, it's like I'm thinking of it right now. there's certain foods where you think of them and you just go like, ugh, like when I did ayahuasca, oh, thinking of that again, the flavor sent shivers down your spine. Just, anywho, let me get some water, guys. Let me cleanse my palate. Fresh, delicious water. Let's talk about another disgusting thing. I learned there's a thing called bug chasing. If some of you guys know what this is, you're going to say, oh, fuck, we're about to talk about that. Bug chasing is a thing. I think it's men who chase STDs in general, but it might be specifically just HIV. It's men or people, but I think specifically gay men who try to get HIV. They purposely try to get, and I don't know where I forgot where I learned this, what context, on Grindr. No, I'm kidding. Bug chasers are men who have sex with men. MSM. I don't know what that is. Is that a term for men to men having sex? What is that? What is MSM? It says male sex male. What is that? Okay, thanks for giving gay an acronym. MSM. The rare practice of intentionally seeking human immunodeficiency virus, HIV, through sexual activity. The rare practice. I sure hope it's fucking rare. This is crazy. Those who eroticize HIV are a subculture of barebackers. Bro, we're using too much lingo here. A subculture of the faction of the small cult. It's statistically rare for men to self-identify as bug chasers, as many of them who do never participate in sexual acts that can lead to HIV. Yeah, I guess that's the kind of thing where, like, if you are one of those and you find yourself being attracted to that kind of thing, you probably don't want to tell people of that. You're probably scared, and it's, like, immoral. I think you would know it's... I guess it's not immoral, right? If you're having sex with someone who has HIV just to get it yourself, I guess that's not immoral. But then if you give it to someone else, that's immoral. There are some explanations for the behavior and fantasies of bug chasing, ranging from excitement at getting the positive status, okay, finding a shared sense of community with other HIV positive people, okay, that actually makes sense. If you're lonely and you just want to find a community with other people, I guess it's kind of cool. I guess it all just kind of put you in like a exclusive group, because I feel like people who have the disease maybe only like want to intermingle with other people. I'm getting like lightheaded thinking about this. Guys, I can't handle some of this stuff sometimes. It's like I'm a strong man. I'm a strong boy. This is not great. God damn it. Anyway. Yeah, so the people do that, and that's kind of scary. And I don't think I would ever have to... I don't think women do that, so I don't have to worry about that. But I did talk about it last episode. I remember it was a men's-only segment. If any of you women remember this part, you lied to yourself and to me. You should be very ashamed of yourself. Where I said, if I think of certain things, my wiener shrivels up. And this is the kind of thing where, like, I just got lightheaded. It's making me shrivel up. Or it could be I'm getting lightheaded because I'm... It's the opposite. Oh, man, I love making gay innuendos here. It's so much fun. So much fun making you guys think I'm gay, but it's not. I'm sorry, I'm queer baiting, as they say. Queer baiting. If my grandma, who thinks I'm gay all the time, ever watches this, she's going to be like, I knew it. But I don't think she can use the internet anymore, so she's never going to see this. And it's probably for the best, because I don't think she would understand that it's a joke. But you all do. Yeah, bug chasing. It's a fun name for what it is, too. It's like... I feel like it should be something else. It's just like, yeah, I'm a bug... It sounds like a Pokemon, like, trainer title. Bug Chaser Greg. It's like Bug Catcher, I think that's what they're called. Bug Chaser Greg, just a naked guy. It's like, if I win, you gotta do something with me. If I win, I don't want your money, I want something else. Classic Greg. All right, Walmart shrimp are radioactive. You guys heard about that? That was a couple week ago thing that I missed. Apparently there is a high level of radiation in some Walmart shrimp, and it's shrimp all a bunch of places. A bunch of stores. I'm going to be honest, guys, I buy some pretty bargain bin shrimp when I go to the store. I buy some Target frozen shrimp. I think farm shrimp, or there's a lot of shrimp that's pretty bad for you, I think. Or it's not bad for you, but it's like worse for you than like the wild shrimp. It has like big, the poop vein is just filled with like disturbing toxic waste. The color of the shrimp is not good. It's just like shellfish are very much bottom feeders, and so when there's a lot of bottom to feed on, when there's a lot of bug chasing going on, they it's not good for them. It's not good for us eating them. Same with oysters, I think. Same with clams, mussels, crabs, clams, mussels. So many sexual terms in crustaceans. And yeah, the radioactivity doesn't surprise me at all. I don't even know where the shrimp from that have the radioactivity. I don't want to look it up. I'm gonna guess I'm gonna guess Indonesia. Final guess. I feel like there's a lot of shrimp growing over there for some reason. I feel like they catch a lot of shrimp there. I'm making so much stuff up right now, and they freeze it and then they ship it here. Or Louisiana, they catch a lot. The Gulf of America. Sorry, I don't want to be politically incorrect here. I wonder if I'm coming into the country and they ask me, like, what's the name of the Gulf of Mexico? They point to a map. What's the name of this body of water? And I say Gulf of Mexico. They go, sorry. Revoking your citizenship. I was expecting more questions when I came to the U.S. That's why people dramatize a lot of stuff. They dramatize. My friend, who's not even a U.S. citizen, has what is it called, H-1B visa, said this was the first time he went to the U.S. where it was like the easiest process ever. He just walked through. They're like, hey, here's your visa, thanks. He's like, this was so easy. I'm like, oh, wow. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? So you can't listen to everything you see on the news, and perhaps I'm sure it's much harder for some people, but Donald Trump obviously is a very expulsionary president, we'll call him, but for some people, I guess not. I guess for the 600,000 Chinese students that are coming in, you can just walk right in. Walk right in and attend classes at Southern New Hampshire University, subsidizing the rest of the students' education. But yeah, the radioactive shrimp, probably every restaurant, I would guess, serves the cheapest bargain bin shrimp. Unless it's like a fine-end restaurant. You get those like tiny shrimp in a restaurant, you're like, dude, what the fuck are these things? So small-ass shrimp. Shrimp are good. When I go to the crab boil place, the seafood boil, dude, I don't remember the last time I went there, but I got to go again. Oh, when was that? Let me think. I went before I was used to try on suits for my friend's upcoming wedding. And they, as part of their agreement, we went to the crab boil place beforehand. And I forgot when that was. Probably March, maybe April. So it's about time I go back again because that fucking stuff is delicious. The shrimp, dude, bury me in shrimp. If I died and you found me in an ice chest full of shrimp, I'd be like, yeah, I wanted to die. Not radioactive shrimp, though. I don't even know what does eating a radioactive shrimp do to you? Does that just give you cancer? Does it just like emit beta particles in your stomach? I don't know. I have no clue. What does eating anything radioactive do to you? I know being around radioactive stuff is bad. These are good questions, guys. I don't know. I don't know anything. You start to listen to this podcast, you realize this guy doesn't know fucking anything. This guy knows pretty much zero. He's like the most uneducated guy in the world. Yeah, that's kind of true. I have a college degree, but it wasn't in anything useful. It was in how to get my job stolen by AI. How to be a goon on a couch wearing a plaid blanket. That's what it was in. Is Donald Trump dead? That is the question that's been going on for the past week. And he's not. He just popped up and he's like, guys, why the fuck did you think I was dead? And it's kind of crazy how, last week I talked about how his hand was like all bruised. And this week people are like, yo, we haven't seen him for a couple of days. We haven't seen him, and Melania was spotted at Walter Reed Medical Center, and the people are not saying what's happening, and we haven't seen him. He must be dead. There must be covering up. Guys, can you calm down for 2 seconds? Just running around. Oh my God, he's dead, and his body, they're popping it up. They're bringing a body double, and they're coming. Oh my God. Everyone on Twitter, he's gonna make a big announcement at 2 p.m. today. He's gonna make a big announcement. His announcement was like, hey guys, we're gonna do stuff. Hey guys. And he does the classic thing where people ask him a question like, hey, did you know people were making reports of you being dead? And he goes, no. He says it all the time. He's like, I have no clue about that. And then immediately he'll just say something that indicates he did have a clue about that. He was like, no, I didn't know people were saying that, but I did. People were making comments about me, blah, 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 with the thing. We're like, yeah, that means you knew about that, you fucking idiot. He's not an idiot. He does the same thing all the time and it works. So he's obviously not an idiot, but we go, God, Donald, you can't do the same playbook all the time, but he can do the same playbook every time. But yeah, maybe he had some problem. Maybe he had I don't know, if he goes to the hospital for some minor thing, maybe they wanted to hide it from us. I don't know, man. He's an 80-year-old man. The fuck? My grandpa was in the hospital, in and out of the hospital so many times. So many times. And at a certain point, it's like, all right, he's going back in the hospital. And then one day, he just dies. One day, you can't keep going to the hospital a million times and it working out for you, So it's not good. But he didn't die, and it seems like he's fine. People are saying he had a stroke. He doesn't seem like he's like, hey, God. He's talking regular. He's like, yeah, I was playing golf on Labor Day, bro. I was playing fucking golf. So I don't know, do I think he's going to die anytime soon? No, but I think he really could die before the end of his term. But I think, calm down, everyone. And I hate this thing. I hate when, people, obviously on Twitter, if you don't go on Twitter, whatever, it's a cesspool, but people will make all these jokes about Donald Trump dying, and, the Democrats and the left will make jokes. And they're funny a lot of times. I think it's funny. But, a lot of right-wing accounts of Republicans will be like, oh, my God, this is despicable. These people are disgusting, making fun of our president. It's like, bro, you guys did the exact same thing. What is this grandstanding everyone's doing? We just make everyone stooping to the lowest level. Donald Trump is the ultimate example of stooping to the lowest level. You have no legs to stand on, you fucking fools. What is this ridiculous trying to make it seem like you're the party of fucking innocence and just angels in heaven? It's so annoying when people do that. I hate anyone who does that. If I respected you and you say some shit like that, I fucking hate you immediately. The party of the liberal left wants Donald Trump to die. It's like, yeah, you guys have made fun of Joe Biden every fucking day. And you said he was dead 50 million times. He was practically dead. You weren't lying. It was funny. I saw that and I laughed. And guess what? I'm laughing at this one too. Because it's funny. If I was about to die and you were all making fun of me and I was the president, it'd be fucking funny too, guys. Funny jokes are funny. Get that in your head. Funny jokes are fucking hilarious. Donald Trump also, while he was dying, he drone striked a fucking, what was that, a drug trafficking boat? Drug trafficking, let me see this thing again. Drug trafficking boat strike. I forget what the boat was. Which was U.S. military kills 11 in strike on alleged drug boat tied to Venezuelan cartel. Which is a crazy thing. Killed a strike. He struck in international waters. It feels too close to have drone strikes happening. I'm going to be honest. It was kind of scary. A drone strike in the Southern Caribbean. I'm going on a cruise in 3 weeks to the fucking Southern Caribbean. Bro, I don't want to get drone stricken. Is that the word? Drone stricken? Stricken by the drone. The use of military force against Latin American drug cartels represents a significant escalation by the Trump administration. Could have serious implications for the region. Yeah, that's a crazy escalation. Dude, it's crazy. I mean, listen, do I believe the boat had drug traffickers? Sure. Am I necessarily against killing drug traffickers who are, pretty violent, not insane, but violent, criminals who are responsible for horrible degradation of life for some people in this country? Do I want people to die necessarily? No, but it's not the worst people that could die, if I'm being quite honest. But this is kind of a crazy thing, just the drone strike boats that are sailing. But I'm just sailing in the fucking Caribbean, like a nice family sailboat, and they just get drone strike. That's crazy. That's kind of crazy. This episode is brought to you by Fiverr. Whether you need a logo, a voiceover, or a custom website, Fiverr connects you with talented freelancers across the world. Mostly in countries where things are way cheaper, if you catch my drift. You can support countries that the United States has tried to colonize and left bereft and in need of work. You can get a lot of good stuff for good prices. I've personally used Fiverr many times. You can visit meatsangria.com and click on the podcast sponsor section to get started on your first project. Operating under the control of Nicolas Maduro, they're saying that the Tren de Agua, I didn't realize that the Tren de Agua gang was under the operation of the president of Venezuela. Interesting. Venezuela is not a great place, I'm going to be honest. Venezuela is not it seems like a beautiful country. It's right by the water, right? But it's just not, it doesn't seem very stable. It's not a great, I don't think they have a good tourism bureau there, which kind of sucks. It's probably gorgeous. I remember Belize when I was younger, thinking it was like a gorgeous place. I was like, wow, Belize is an amazing country. I have no clue. I don't know where. I think I remember it from an American Girl doll that my sister had. Somehow there was something with Belize, and it was like pictures that were so beautiful, and I was like, wow, Belize is amazing. I'm talking so fast. I cannot breathe, guys. Sorry. Trump. I was reading something Trump posted, so I don't know if I can believe it. The State Department designated Tren de Agua as a foreign terrorist organization. Isn't that what they think the guy, the fucking Kilmar Garcia, isn't that what they think he's from, or no? I forgot. U.S. has amassed a large number of military assets around the Caribbean and Latin America, drawing the ire of the Venezuelan leader. Yeah, I mean, kind of makes sense. said the counter drug mission could continue. I mean, listen, we'll see what happens. You know, this is an interesting development. I don't really like it, I'll be honest, but you know, it is what it is. That is scary for my cruise. What if they can't get on a cruise ship though? That's the crazy thing. That's the one thing about a cruise ship. Like, how can you get in? How can like drug cartel people? They can shoot at our boat for sure, but you know, it's not like Captain Phillips. I guess you can. No, you can't really have a ladder though. It's like a giant boat. How do you get in? Besides, if like the gangway is dropped down, I guess you could do that, but I don't know, man. It's crazy. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We're gonna wage combat against the drug cartels that are flooding American streets and killing Americans. The legal authority for militarily targeting the cartels, guys. We can do whatever we want. I'm not saying we should, but like, what is the consequence for us doing this? A slap on the wrist? Some countries realize that they can actually just do whatever they want. Like Russia's like, we can invade Ukraine. What are you guys going to do? Go to war with us? Sure, go ahead. We didn't do it. Just have to do these fake wars. So if we do something against any of our southern countries, you know, what are they like? Anything besides all out going to war, what are they going to do? Just, all right, sorry, do it. You know, so we'll see what happens. But, you know, it could lead to some retaliations in the U.S. I don't know. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if he has bitten off more than he can chew. I would like to think that the American government and elite is bigger than and more powerful than the Venezuelan cartel. But you never know. Sorry, I just tuned into the Mets game and they're losing 6-2, and they were losing 3-2. These motherfuckers. Oh my God, this man. I feel so bad for this man. Ryan Helsley, man, this guy. Poor guy, man, poor guy. Can't figure it out, and they need to stop using him. Anyway, sorry guys. So that's with the drug trafficking, and, you know, it's scary that you can just drone strike anywhere. You can just do it. That the government having that is fucking scary, but I guess, you know, you gotta hope they don't. If they ever what's the proper word? If they ever issued a drone strike on U.S. soil, that will be a grave turning point in the relationship we have with our government, because that's insane. That is insane, scary, and that would honestly make me think that I'm all for banning automatic weapons, but then I'd be like, actually, we need automatic weapons because how can we compete with drone strikes when we have just pistols? It's a slippery slope because, you know, you go, I mean, what do automatic weapons do against like drones? But still, you know, it's something. You know, do I want children dying in schools? No, but also do I want the government to be able to drone strike me? No, I don't. You know what I mean? Tough choices, man. Tough choices. Jack Daniels is not doing too good in Canada. Their sales are down 60% because Canadians hate them because the Trump what the fuck? Not the tariffs. I'm going to look it up. Jack Daniels, Canada, guys. Once again, I'm the least educated person in this country. I can't even name 5 U.S. states. That's how stupid I am. Company behind Jack Daniels says boycott is significant as sales to Canada fall 62%. Yeah. So Canada's not importing Jack Daniels, and I guess Canadians are big drinkers. I don't know. The people in the middle of nowhere, Canada, like Saskatchewan, some of these other places, dude, they probably fucking drink a lot. They drink whiskey up the wazoo, dude. They hunt bears, they fell wood, they mine for gold, and they drink whiskey. And they're switching companies, and like, this is the thing, when you switch a company, you go somewhere else, you're not going to go back. Jack Daniels, once you lose your, like, base, it's hard to get them back if you're just not doing anything to win them back. If like someone switches from Jack Daniels to, I don't know, Crown Royal, is that a whiskey? Is that a rum? I don't fucking know anything about alcohol. You switch from Jack Daniels to Hennessy because you married a black woman and she's a real lover, and I don't know what indicates someone drinking Hennessy. I just know black people like Hennessy, so I don't. It's going to describe a black woman who likes Hennessy. I think that's just a general black woman. You're not going to go back to Jack Daniels just because it comes back on the shelf. You're a Hennessy person now. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't think Canada. I think 62% sale drop is not that much in terms of things. Canada doesn't drink that much relative to the rest. I think it's like sales drop like they probably say in this article like 3%. This had a significant impact on our first quarter of fiscal 2026, which will impact our full fiscal things. The company's total sales were down 3% for the quarter. Yeah, so I mean, is that it's not that much, but it's a good amount. 3% is a good amount. If you're selling like $500 million every month in whiskey, that's $15 million. That's someone's bonus. That's a whole CEO's bonus, which inevitably will be taken out on the underemployees. But yeah, I don't even know what Jack Daniels tastes like. Is Jack Daniels is the one that have like Blue Label, right? Or is that that's Johnny Walker? Johnny Walker. Are they different? What the fuck is Jack Daniels? It's just like it's like a shelf whiskey, right? It's not that fancy. Jack Daniels is just like I might have gone to the Jack Daniels factory in Nashville. I forgot. Did I? I don't think I did. I went to some lesser places. The Jack Daniels. Why do I feel like I did go to that? I'm going to look it up. Jack Daniels, Nashville. I remember going on a whiskey tour like after 2 nights of straight drinking, and it was disgusting. No one wanted to drink. Jack Daniels Whiskey Tour. Let's see. Is this going to look familiar? Jack Daniels Whiskey Tour. Jack Daniels Distillery. Tennessee. Is it Nashville? Let's see. I got to put in my birthday? God damn it, guys. What is this stupid rule that you think I can't just lie about my birthday if I was not 21? This is fucking stupid. Book a tour. Where is it? Jack Daniels Distillery Tour. Military discount available. Where the fuck is it, guys? Show me where. Lunch at Miss Mary Bobo's restaurant. Where the fuck is that? I just want to see where this place is. Did I go here or did I not? Location. Okay, where is this? Oh my god, that's not real. Just give me an address, guys. Lynchburg, Tennessee. That's a crazy name for a fucking city. Holy shit, Lynchburg. My god. That is horrible. This is a frightening name. Yeah, I'm not going to Lynchburg, Tennessee. I didn't go to Jack Daniels. I was lying. I was misunderstood. I went somewhere else. Or we tried some whiskey. Some smooth Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. Honey, I've been drawn on your love all the time. Iowa man buys $140,000 in Pokemon cards with company money, sentenced to 4 months in prison. The article was very vague, but this man used company dollars and he fudged the records. And with that money, he bought Pokemon cards and other gaming accessories. And he's going to jail for 4 months, and I assume he has to pay the money back. I don't know. But that's honestly not the worst way to spend $140,000. He might have turned a profit, honestly. He might have just been a will and deal. He could have pulled a good card. Could have pulled a rare Charizard or something. I don't know, but the fact that it was able to go on so long, it's amazing how much you can get away with using company money. If you work at one of these big companies, you just fudge the receipts. You could probably steal at least a couple $1,000s without anyone noticing ever. Just slowly but surely. Slowly but surely weasel away money. $140,000 over, I don't know how long the period was, but that's a lot of money to weasel away. And especially when they find it's Pokemon cards, you gotta be so embarrassed. This episode of the Meat Sangria podcast is sponsored by NordVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty, and you could be exploited by hackers. NordVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track, securing your privacy. Visit meatsangria.com and click on the podcast sponsors section to get 72% off NordVPN's 2-year plan. I know I do a lot of risky things on the internet. Let's just say I like to peruse the things the World Wide Web has to offer. You got to stay safe, guys. You got to protect yourself. You got to protect your data and your device. NordVPN lets you do that. Once again, meatsangria.com. Click on this podcast sponsor section to get our special deal. Thank you. It's one thing, like, if you're buying, like, strippers or something. That's what I feel like people who embezzle company money are doing. They're buying escorts for some reason, but Pokemon cards. Guys, just like, come on, dude. What the heck? Sorry. Why this fall? Hey, what the heck? What are we doing here? But it's a good financial decision. Strippers are a way worse financial decision. Escorts, way worse financial decision. Pokemon cards, though, there's some Dude, I've been. I showed you guys one episode. I had my Pokemon things. I sold a bunch of them. They sold for a lot of money, and every once in a while, I feel I'm like I should buy. I should be buying. This is what you should do financially. Is a good decision. Is every time a new Pokemon set releases, just buy something of that, and it always goes up. It literally always goes up. And that's maybe what this guy was doing. Maybe he's fucking killing it now. He could, if you embezzle. Honestly, this is good. If you embezzle $140,000. You make a profit on that much. You return the $140,000. You made a profit. You go to jail for 4 months. It's a good fucking deal, dude. How much money would it take for you to go to jail for 4 months? That's the real question. If someone gave you $50,000, would you go to jail for 4 months? That's basically like a $150,000 a year salary. Some people would. Some people would. I wouldn't. If you gave me $250,000, and that's after taxes, so there's no taxes taken out of that, I would go to jail for 4 months. If it was like Rikers Island, no. If it was like the, some violent gang prison, probably not. But a regular, standard jail, I would go for 4 months, sure. Why not? Why the fuck not? I get a cool prison nickname. I get to I get to work on my physique. I get to actually get ripped in jail. That's cool. Focus on that. I can like go to the jail library and get shanked by someone, which always happens in every TV show. It's just a guy quietly reading in the library and someone comes up with it. Wow, I love this Edgar Allan Poe book. There's a knife in here. Sad, but that's what happens when you try to educate yourself. You die. It'd be nice for 4 months, and then I leave and I get $250,000. It's a pretty good deal. $50,000? No. So what I'm saying is if the Pokemon card guy was able to flip $140,000 and make, let's say he made $100,000, it's a pretty good deal. Pretty good deal. $100,000 I would think about. For 4 months I would think about. I'm also thinking like so many cool stories. Not cool, but like I don't care about the street cred. Just like telling jokes. I'd have so many episodes about jail. I could go on like people's jail podcasts and they'd be like, "What were you in for?" I'm like, "I just wanted money." What were you in for? Just getting money. But maybe I would do something in jail causing me to go further. Maybe I'd kill somebody. Maybe the warden would frame me for something because he was jealous of my skills. Jealous of my amazing life. Honestly, do people in jail just read all day? I feel like some jails let you just request books. That'd be nice. Just requesting the books you want. That would be really nice, actually. Jail sounds kind of nice when you think about it. Just like an excuse to read all day and like chill with your friends. But then it's really not like that at all. That's glamorizing jail. This is jail propaganda. I'm being sponsored by systematic prison abuse. This episode is sponsored by the warden of the Eastern State Penitentiary. Wasn't that where Al Capone was? The Eastern State Penitentiary. I don't know the difference between a penitentiary, a prison. A jail, I do. A jail is just like a regular, Jail's just what they have at the police station, a small little thing. A prison is a big-time thing. A penitentiary, not a clue. A compound, a maximum security compound. I would love to be put outside in one of those cages where they do like workouts and they just glisten in the sunlight. The punishment cages outside. Special housing unit. Is that the SHU program or is that something else? I think that's something else. SHU program. I'm the man up in... What's the Denzel Washington line? King Kong ain't got shit on me. You motherfuckers are going to be playing basketball in Pelican Bay. It's not a good impression. It's a great... He won the Oscar for Best Actor and a well-deserved for Training Day. I watched that on a plane a couple years ago. That's what I missed on this flight. I missed seeing an Academy Award-winning performance of Denzel Washington in Training Day with Ethan Hawke, alongside other people who I don't know, because it's pretty much a two-man movie, and it's a great movie. If you haven't seen Training Day, it's about 1 day of training, and shit goes off the rails. Was that how the trailer was back then? That was a late 90s, early 2000s movie. That's how every trailer was. Two cops get into wacky trouble with each other until one of them is corrupt and the other one goes on for a wild ride. This is Training Day with Denzel Washington. Coming to theaters now. You don't want to miss it. And they include like the funny part. I gotta look up a Training Day commercial. That's probably what it is. I feel bad for that guy. He gets no roles anymore. That guy used to be in everything. He was like, I have my life set for me. And I haven't seen a single movie commercial where that guy's voice was in it. Coming to theaters now. Coming to theater. That's a Transformers voice. I am Optimus Prime, and coming to theaters now, Beauty and the Beast. Cops arrest guy for having opium in his car. Turns out it was opium perfume. It was a bottle of perfume that said opium on it, and the guys were like, no, that's a liquid opium. You're going to jail. You drug trafficker. I'm surprised they didn't drone strike his car. Fucking idiot police officer. It was like a nice smelling bottle of perfume. Clearly labeled as a perfume. Why would opium be in there? Like, that's opium. And this man was fucking, I think he was detained for like a month or some shit. One second, let me double check if the Mets are winning now. They're not. They're losing still because they're bad. All right, let me see. Opium guy. Opium jail. Opium jail time. Let's see. That's not what this is. That's not. There's actual opium. Opium perfume. Perfume. Cologne. Just the facts. Let's see. I'm on Facebook right now. Benton Police Department. Officers took a report of fraud from a victim who had authorized... What the fuck is this? No, this is not the right thing. What the fuck is this? This is not even... What the heck is going on here? What the fuck? Okay, sorry guys. Opium cologne arrest. Here we go. Cops thought his YSL cologne was liquid opium. July 2025, a man was arrested in Benton, Arkansas after police mistook his YSL opium cologne for liquid opium. Drug charges later dropped, but the incident led to his transfer into ICE custody due to unrelated immigration issues. Damn, bro. That fucking sucks. That fucking sucks because he was already on the lam for something. He was already on... All right, let me read this thing. Is this the same fucking thing? No, why does it keep pointing me to this fucking... Whatever, you know what, guys? Whatever. Yeah, so he was arrested after his opium fucking thing. Which is funny, but also, like, I guess don't buy fucking cologne that's labeled with drugs. Like, if I had a bottle of cologne and it said, like, crack cocaine on it, it's not exactly... Opium's kind of like a luxurious smell, though. It's just like, opium. Exotic. It's Asian opium. The poppy seed fields, opium. So, you know, poor guy. You know, if he had immigration issues... That's the thing with your, like... When you're like in the country illegally or whatever, you kind of have to be in your best behavior. This is like I feel like I saw a movie where I forgot what it's called, but it was about like Mexican immigrants, right? And you know, a lot of them are housekeepers. This was in California, and I forget one part of the movie is just like it's just like evil white people contracting them to clean their house, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm not going to pay you," and like, "Yeah, what are you going to do? You going to call the police? You're illegal. You can't call the police." And it's just like, fuck, dude. That's first of all, fuck these white people, disgusting rich white people, horrible. But also, like, you're like, damn, I can't call the police. This fucking sucks. The hell am I supposed to do? Or maybe you could call the police. Maybe there's a way to do it, but it's not good. It sucks. And, yeah, if you have to live like that, I feel for you. It's a horrible way to live. And you got to worry that the second someone looks at your papers, you're, like, in custody. You can't travel anywhere. I've known of people who just, you can't go anywhere. You can't, like, the second you have to show your ID to someone who scans it into like a database, you're done. It's going to pop up that you're not supposed to be there, you're done. So it's tough. And, you know, I don't know what to say. But, yeah, poor opium guy is what I'm going to say. Poor opium guy. I think he's out now. I think he's good, which is probably not going to wear the perfume anymore. That's kind of that'd be a ultimate flex. I would actually imagine that could be like a ad campaign for the cologne. Where the officers like, you smell really good, but you're going to jail for opium. And then they're like, opium. Buy opium. YSL opium. How much does it cost? Let me check. YSL opium cologne. I feel like YSL is quite expensive. Or not quite expensive. It might be opium by YSL. That's only $113. I mean, it's still expensive, but you know, not that bad compared to... What's the most expensive colognes? I feel like I don't even know. I don't think I own one that's more than like... I actually have no clue. Maybe I do. I got a bunch of free ones, so those are probably $100. I don't think I've ever bought one for myself that's more than $50, I would say. Scents are very important. I've sometimes led myself to believe that because I changed my scent, like I put on cologne for a date or something, it's caused a woman to not be interested in me anymore. I've led myself to believe that, and it's 100% not true, and it's the most ridiculous thing to believe. But I'm like, damn, that date didn't go as well. It's because I switched up my scent. So now every time I go on a first date, I have to mark down which scent I use, so I know to reuse that one. So I know to make sure that I gotta put that on again. She liked, what do I have? Better with you, stronger with you or something? Is that what I have? Stronger with you. Intensely, that's the name of it. Giorgio Armani, here it is. Shein, what the fuck? Is that real? The fuck? Where are all these, where are all these fucking fake stronger with you? Scent decant. What is this? That's not real. $5. Oh, 1 ounce sample spray. Okay, I see. Retail bottle. Okay, that's weird. I see. You can buy the smallest scent. Oh, that's cool. You can buy the scent beforehand. That's interesting. How much is the actual bottle? What the fuck? Show me. Sugar with You Intensely by Giorgio Armani Beauty USA is $130. Oh, wow. This is more expensive than the fucking opium. That's crazy. It's a very vanilla scent. It's very, it's kind of nice. It's good. But, yeah, I think, if you wear Stronger With You Intensely, you don't want to wear something else if they like that scent. If things went well, you're going to keep the same scent on. I feel like there's some subliminal thing. It's like I feel like I've been with women before who have a particular scent, and you smell and you're like, that smells like you. I like that. I like that smell. It's a good scent. You're like, ah, yes. So if you switched it up, they might be like, that's not the guy I know and love. I'm actually convincing myself that it's real. I'm actually convincing myself that I'm not at fault for people for breaking up with me. It's the scent's fault. I have to do more research. The only way to see if that's true, though, is to do a controlled experiment. And I don't risk it anymore. So I got to pick a scent and go with it. I got to pick one. Stronger With You Intensely. Maybe I'll use that one. Thank you, Giorgio Armani, for sending me free. By the way, shout out to them. They sent me free colognes last year. I gave them no promo at all, but shout out to them. Guy dies at Burning Man. There's a man that was found dead in a pool of blood. People believe it's a homicide. Dead man at Burning Man. I'm going to be honest, I still don't know what Burning Man is, and I feel like I said this last year, and I looked it up, and I refused to internalize what it is, so some sort of festival that's not. Oh, the victim was identified as Vadim Kruglov of Russia. Probably killed in some sort of Russian propaganda thing. Victim was identified by fingerprints. His body was found after 9 p.m. lying on the ground in a pool of blood. Dude, that's crazy. That's crazy. The suspect has not been identified. His officials are asking for the public's help in finding any person who would commit such a heinous crime against another human being. I don't know, probably everyone at Burning Man who's on drugs, everyone who's fucking off their minds in Burning Man would probably be able to do something like this. Officials have said the details about the manner of the death are being withheld at this time as the investigation is ongoing. At least one other person has died at Burning Man in years. Last year, Kendra Fraser died after emergency services personnel responded to a report of unresponsive individual. Life-saving measures were immediately attempted but were unsuccessful. Poor lady. Is it Burning Man if someone doesn't die? I don't think so. A baby was spontaneously delivered in a recreational vehicle to a woman who did not know she was pregnant. And the infamous orgy tent was claimed by dust storms. Okay. Those are not related. I thought the lady gave birth in the orgy tent and she didn't know she was pregnant. Dude, that sounds like such a Burning Man thing. I feel like I would want to go to Burning Man just to laugh at everyone. I don't think I want to go at all. There's some things where you look at, you're like, you would have to pay me a lot of money to go there. Burning Man is one of them, but for the joke, I would definitely go there. Someone delivering a baby that they didn't know she was pregnant. She was probably doing so many drugs and... Bro, that baby has the worst fetal alcohol syndrome. That baby has weird, I don't want to make fun of the baby, fucked up eyes, cleft lip. Poor baby, dude. That sucks, man. That really sucks if you don't know you're pregnant. Which I don't even know how that works. Like, how fat do you have to be? But I don't even think some of these people are fat. They just, like, hide it well, I guess. I don't know. It's impressive. That's crazy, one of these pregnancies. The infamous orgy tent. I'm going to look that up. Orgy tent. Burning Man orgy tent. Burning Man orgy tent stories. That's actually what I'm going to look up. This episode is sponsored by the Matt Lipari store. If you're currently naked and in need of clothing, who wrote this? The Matt Lipari store has everything you can need except for pants and underwear and a jacket if it's cold. So pretty much only shirts, but you can get a bubonic plague chicken club shirt, a swamp ass shirt, There's so many options. Visit MattLipariStore.com and use code Meat Sangria, all caps, to get 10% off your entire order. Let's see. Welcome to the latest. I would love to hear your Burning Man orgy story. Okay, we're in the Reddit of Burning Man. So many penises, naked men everywhere. I'm gay, so this is not a problem. Okay, that's what I kind of expected. Let's see. This is a person. All right, we'll just read it. I don't want this to turn into me reading Reddit stories. We're going to read. I saw a video about Burning Man. This is from Love Is My Religion user. I want to give him credit. I don't know if this is good. How fucking long is this shit? Oh, this is so long, dude. This is so long, I'm not going to read it. That's the most ridiculous. Okay, too long, didn't read. I met a guy a month later. We went to a hilarious, awkward orgy at Burning Man. We only had sex with each other. This is the night we really started to fall in love. Thank God I didn't read that, bro. That was not as exciting. This is a fucking essay. An essay? I'm taking away the credit from that person. All right, let's see. Here's one. In 2019, from Familiar Ad. 2019, on a whim, I ended up in a play space with 4 guys I had never met before. I saw them walk in. Most of them only known each other for a few hours. We had a really fantastic time. One of the more memorable of my life. At the end, we swapped info to stay in touch. And somehow 4 of the 5 of us live within 10 miles of each other. Absolutely unreal. We're so close friends, and I count them as some of my favorite and most respected people. Is this a gay man? I don't know. I'm assuming it is. All right, let's get some real fucking stories, guys. Let's see. What the fuck? I asked her what her thoughts on it. She said the best place was to show up at the start of the week because later in the week they'd probably run out of clean sheets. That's kind of gross. Dude, I don't know. I feel like people, dude, I'm kind of intrigued if I go. I'm going on a cruise, like I said. Am I going to see a lot of pineapples on people's doors? I'm kind of intrigued by that. I want to see who these people look. I just want to see what they look like. I want to see what the swingers look. I feel like in my mind they're not good looking, but they could be. Fuck, I just spilled water everywhere. Fuck. Let's see. Come to the burn. That's what they call it from abroad. Dude, these people are like, this is another world. The terms people are using are insane. What the fuck? I find the amazing thing, this thing is a gay orgy you can just stumble upon accidentally, but apparently one with women requires all sorts of IDs and checklists. Oh, so maybe the orgy tent is just gay. I don't want to hear about gay orgy. I want to hear about the other orgy. All right, we're going to read one more, and then one that's short. Oh, fuck, that's the last one. Let's see. Let me just read into the middle. Most hilariously unsexy thing. Dust, let's see. To this day, I still refer to this as the Owen Wilson orgy. And everything from Zoolander, Indian chieftains, Egyptian queens, that one conceited yet hot couple that thinks they are God's gift to orgies, 3 20-somethings that everyone wants but only play with each other, old couples that argue about which position to do or which ones to hurt their hips, Gilbert Grape's mom, swarthy, horny European dudes, everything but a midget. I'm disappointed. We were one of the last to arrive. It was packed, 2 packed. The floor was unevenly lined with IKEA futons, stepping over everyone in their camelbacks and blinky fur coats to clam a tiny scrap of floor big enough for one person to sit in another person's lap. Yeah, it doesn't sound very fun. Let's see. You have to pay $100. 4 drops of LSD. I don't know. This is boring, guys. It doesn't seem that fun. I'm gonna be honest. Doesn't seem that fucking fun. That's crazy. Anyway, yeah, so that's Burning Man, and the guy. I'm not even talking about the guy dying. I have no clue about the guy dying. Someone definitely murdered him. Probably someone from the orgy tent because he was being weird at the orgy. And I think they burn a man. Like they have a statue of a man they burn. Is that why it's called Burning Man? I don't know. I'm actually confused about what it is. There's DJs and there's like a Burning Man, I think. But there's a dead guy. So it feels like a movie setting where you like have a horror movie where someone just dies at Burning Man. You have to figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm sure the festivities continue. I'm sure everyone's like, oh, that guy died, and it's fine. People probably walked over him. They're like, wow, that guy died. That's crazy. Let's go fuck in the tent. Will Smith, speaking of guys who... I was going to say should die. Will Smith shouldn't die. He's just I feel for Will Smith. He's like a confused man. He just feels like a guy who wants to be loved by everyone, and people did love him, but no one really loves him anymore. It's odd. Will Smith he's resurrecting his rap career or whatever, his singing career. And he posted a video where the crowd is clearly AI, and it's ridiculously clear that it's AI. And everyone's like, yo, Will Smith, why the fuck did you do this? You can't just make a video of you with an AI crowd. And I don't think he released anything about it. And then he just made another video where he's on stage, and he's making a video poking fun of himself where he made the crowd purposely AI. He made all their faces look like cats. And, you know, the joke is not that funny, Will Smith. We clearly saw the first video. It was such a horrible AI crowd. I don't know a single person who listens to Will Smith. It's before my time, right? I think it's probably 10 years before my time. But still, I don't know a single Will Smith song besides the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. I don't think he had top 10 hits. I think he just was famous because he was Will Smith, right? It's like Nick Cannon being a rapper. Who knows a Nick Cannon song? The fuck? So, you know, is he talented? I guess. You know, I've heard him rap. It's not bad. It's not necessarily bad, but it's not good. There's no soul in it. It just doesn't feel, it just feels like, it almost feels like elevator music rap, you know what I mean? Like that kind of thing. So, you know, do what you gotta do, be a musician, but like, if people don't want to see you, people don't want to see you, and you don't have crowds, what the fuck are you making this fake thing? Just, you slap Chris Rock, your wife is, you know, running amok on you, which is fine, you know, whatever. Your life is your life. I don't know what people do in their spare time is what they do. You know, if that's your arrangement you have with your wife, do what you got to do. Fuck, dude, it's getting cold in here. I got to wear my shawl. Good thing I have this blanket, or else I'd be dying. I'd be shivering. I feel like a kid with tuberculosis right now. I stopped taking my malaria pills because they ran its course. And now it begs to see if I have malaria. I don't think I do, but you never know. Could have malaria. Anyway, what am I saying? Yeah, Will Smith, I mean, bro, just be a regular dude. You want to release music? It would be so cool, I think, if you played to a small crowd and you framed it as like doing a small show for my hardcore fans. People would be like, oh, that's sweet. Some weirdos would be like, oh, you can't sell out crowds, but everyone else would be like, that's nice. He's doing a small show for his big fans. Right, I could ask a million people, no one would expect you to sell out an arena. No one expects Will Smith. Smith has no fucking music. Doesn't he have like a new album maybe or something? I don't know, not gonna listen to it, I don't care. Don't care, Willie boy. William H. Smith, 37th President of the United States. No, actually the 37th President was Gerald Ford, am I right? I'm gonna look that up, I actually think I could be close. Gerald Ford. That's not bad. 37th President. Let's see. 37th President. Richard Nixon. Fuck. Sorry, guys. Was close. Gerald Ford was after Nixon, right? I believe. Yeah, man. I was one off. Sometimes you don't get the numbers right, guys. Sometimes you don't get the numbers right. I'm going to guess Martin Van Buren. Was he before or after Lincoln? I think Martin Van Buren was before. I think he was the 12th president. This is my final guess. Martin Van Buren. Fucking hell, I think he was after. Shit. 8th president? Okay, it was close. Not that close. Dude, Martin Van Buren looks like a crazy motherfucker. This man's got some wild hair. Was he born in the Netherlands? No, there's no way. He couldn't be president. They would never let him be president. Where was he born? Kinderhook, New York. Where's that? I feel like I've been there before. Kinderhook, it's upstate, nice. Columbia County. Nice, cool. All right, anyway, what am I talking about? Yeah, so Will Smith, you know, do what you got to do, bro, but we're watching you. And we're going to end with Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun are dating. The fuck cares, bro? They met at Jeff Bezos' wedding. Oh, good. Oh, great. What an authentic relationship. That's amazing. Sydney Sweeney and Scooter Braun, dude. Maybe he can teach her how to become a better actor. Well, I don't know. This becomes a Sydney Sweeney hate account. Truly, if Sydney Sweeney asked me on a date, I think I would say no. I think I would actually say no. Plenty of women, I make jokes. I'm like, fuck you. And then I'm like, I would love to be with you. Sydney Sweeney, I'd be like, no, I don't. I think it would just be a mess. It would just be like, and I have too much history of me calling her out that it just, when she'd find it out and be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, about that. I think I would say no. I just, you know. Is she attractive? Yes, of course, she's very attractive. If a woman that looked exactly like Sydney Sweeney but wasn't her asked me on a date, I would be like, of course, I would love to go on a date with you. But Sydney Sweeney herself, no, I would say no. So there's my stance. And if I ever go back on that, you can make fun of me. because it's never going to happen. But we put the good juju out there. Some people say Travis Kelce mentioned they talked about Taylor Swift on his podcast, and guess what? They're getting married now. So Sydney Sweeney, hello. Who do I actually want? I don't even know any young celebrities that I could marry. I don't even know anyone that's like super attractive. Let me look some up. I know some older ones. Hot young celebrities. Hot young female celebrities. I don't like the word young. Whatever. Hot young female celebrities. Sure. Let's see. Hottest young female actresses. Let's see. Selena Gomez. She's not young, guys. Doesn't count. Camila Mendez. Who is that? Let me look her up. She looks good. Not my type. Let's see. I'm trying to find my next wife, guys. Guys, what the fuck is this? Dove Cameron? I feel like I know who that is, but I don't remember. Madeline Petsch. Who's that? 1994. That's too old, guys. It's too old. I need people who are younger. These people are old. This is an old list. This is from like 10 years ago. Let's see. Under 30? Okay, that's not right. Let me just go down this list. Sydney Sweeney, sure. Yeah, fine. Olivia Holt? Who the fuck is this? Not a real person. That's not real. Haley Steinfeld, she's getting married. Doesn't count. We got more people. I don't like these people, though. Who the fuck is Dove Cameron? I keep seeing her here. She's good. I mean, fine. Natalie Allen Lind. I don't know who that is, but she looks good, I guess. Why the fuck did this list reload? I need to find my wife, guys. Who are these people? Florence Pugh? Sure. Not really. Brighton Charbino. Dude, some of these people are made up. Dude, why does this list keep fucking reloading? I hate this shit. Okay, we're gonna get one last list. No, these are old people. Sorry, these are old people. One last list, guys. We're gonna make this good. Sophie Turner is fucking 30, bro. Who's Lily Reinhardt? I keep seeing her pop up. Alright, here. Odeya Rush. If she's not the one, I need to look her up. Odeya Rush. The cool name. That counts for something. 28. No, she's not doing it for me. I mean, she's attractive, but no. Alright, guys, we give up. There's no one for me. No one is a hot female celebrity. No one. We gave up. Alright, we give up. We give up. No more. No one's there for me. I say that as a perpetually single man who is in a bit of a rut, right? Well, I just got back from vacation, but the dating app is a little bit dry, guys. The well is a little bit dry, and I don't know what to do. But it's fine. We always go. I feel like it's such a, I don't know how to describe it. It's such an up and down thing where sometimes you're getting matches left and right. Sometimes you get no matches, and at a certain point, sometimes I would be like, damn, bro, what's going on? Now I'm just like, next week I'll get so many matches, it'll be ridiculous. This week I'm getting no matches. Next week, that's how it goes. And, it is what it is. That's all I'll say. It is what it is. So I appreciate you all. If any of you guys have a young female celebrity you think would be my wife, you can let me know, please. I'd love to see them. I'd love to gaze upon my wife's beautiful face. Otherwise, oh shit, I keep fucking forgetting about this hat. Anyway, if you, the code is birthday, all caps, so they say the Caramizer hat. I'm assuming someone redeemed it, and I still don't remember to get it. I can do that right after this. But thank you guys, I appreciate it so much. Yeah, you're all amazing, beautiful people. Stay tuned next week when I don't have a blanket on and I freeze to death instead. But yeah, that's it for me. Peace out.